Fire track. Fire track.
What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Good alkaline. Back with another video. Not going to be too long on this. Not going to be too long on this. I'm just trying to touch on some. Let's do an Angel Z. Just want to touch on some of the. Sorry, guys. With some pistachios. I mean, some cashew. So, as the title says, couldn't be more clear. Stare out of the path of totality and meditate. Be positive on this day because they will be bringing in. They will be bringing in energy, entities. Now, the things that I have found, right? Besides all the crazy stuff that you're seeing on the internet, I've been staying kind of away from all that stuff. Um, Looking at history, you during eclipse, and like it says in the title, during world wars, there were eclipse events, many eclipse events for the world wars. There's always eclipses, guys, and I'm talking about total eclipse, big difference. Total eclipse. Not talking about just, all the other shit. Total eclipses, right? Ironically happened during around world wars. And we all know what we're faced with today. And 100 years ago, remember what happened on the 100th anniversary of 1920? We got 2020. The sickness of the world, right? We already know, Mr. 19. 100 years. Guess what else we had 100 years ago? In 2024, August, right? We had this one. Hold on. And of course, it's in the wrong fucking place. Why ain't it showing? My bad. Hold on, give me a second. I put it in. I'm ridiculous when it comes to this stupid phone. But obviously that's the wrong thing. But we had this, right? That is one of the paths that came through 100 years ago. And if you look at it, ironically, it's through all the nations, right? It's through all the nations to where conflicts are brewing, right? If we look at it, you got hold on, guys. These are just interesting things that I found. You have one second. Sorry about that. Again, I'm driving. But you have this coming through, okay? It was coming through Sweden, Finland, Belarus, right in half of Ukraine, Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Iran, Pakistan, and it went through India, and it continued on from there. 100 years ago. What are main conflicts right now? Syria, Turkey, Iran, right? India. something I thought was interesting 100 years ago, right? And then you have the eclipses that happened in around the World War One, World War Two, right? And there was one that crossed over the United States, and they called it as the Second World War was winding down in July 9th, 1945, right? It says newspapers of that day splashed eclipse news along with news of bombing raids on Japan, right? And then there was another story about how the solar eclipse that sparked a World War II scandal. All right, with war looming, this was before 1945. In 1937, there was an eclipse, and it was France and some other. I think it was France and some other in Germany. Hold on, was it France and Germany? I can't remember. But that was in World War II, right? If you just Google eclipses around world wars, there was always a few total eclipses, and they were very big news in those times, right? But if you look at the path, it's perfect 100 years later, right? Think about that. Not only that, right? Not only that, the death of a king and the end to a war happened on a solar eclipse. And it says perhaps one of the most famous total eclipses occurred August 2nd, 1133 CE over England. While the totality of an eclipse, the moment when the moon completely covers the sun, normally lasts about 2.5 minutes, this particular eclipse lasted for more than 4 minutes. The reason for the solar eclipse being so widely remembered is that it coincided with the death of King Henry I of England, right? And it said historian William of Malmesbury was quoted as saying that the hideous darkness agitated the hearts of men. William turned out to be right in a way. Shortly after King Henry's death, the country was thrown into chaos and a civil war brewed. Think about what I've been telling y'all about them bringing in energy, right? All these world wars, the Germany, same shit. There was an eclipse before and at the end. They, whatever this is, right? This one is powerful. Okay, whatever they had a world war, in 2020. Will it start right away? No, it will lead up to, because they pulling energy in. That energy has to manifest itself, right? When that energy came in 2017, it manifested himself in this nation to destroy further us as a being, one, right? Remember, how did they get all this wicked shit in here? Remember, energy never dies, it's only transformed, right? It's only transformed. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. 2017, they pulled in a lot of energy, and they were able to pull off destroying America with damn protests and all the other crazy shit. They pulled off um, Mr. 19, right? Here we go with another eclipse. They're going to do something else that's very large with the energy that they pull in. They need whatever this energy is, they need it. Okay? And that's why I said, don't be in the path of totality. Don't be in it, man. You may become a soldier. You may become, embodied with that energy. I'm just telling you, that energy could come in your loved ones. You may be spiritually strong and be able to handle it. But believe me, something's coming in, man. I told you, when I was in that 2017 eclipse, now I think about it, something came, you know? Something came, man. And remember, this energy is seeking out to destroy light beings, man. Tear you down. So, again, solar eclipse. I'm going to read it again. Solar itself, the word, the etymology, we all know. It means, that's where the word soul comes from. Soul, all that good stuff. We all know that. But when you break it down, the definition, right? It's of, right? Solar is of, right? That's the first word in the etymology. It's of, comma, pertaining to, comma, or determined by the sun. So that's what solar means, right? It ain't the sun, it's of the sun. It's pertaining to the sun, or determined by the sun, right? Our existence, in our existence, we are determined by the sun, right? We can't exist without the determination of the sun. Point blank, period. Nature can't exist without the sun, right? That's why solar means of the sun, right? Easy. And then it says, meaning living room in an upper story. Living room in an upper story. Now, you sit in your body, right? You're located in the upper story of your body. Okay? This is the word solar, right? And then it keeps going, of or proceeding from the sun, right? Solar rays, shit like that. All right? Operated by means of the sun or its heat, which means its energy. That would be us, right? That's why they call stuff solar. They put solar power, right? Solar power is, a device designed to absorb the sun, right? Solar isn't the sun. Solar is what is under the sun, right? What is from the sun. So, and now, I don't want to get into it, but that's why they call the solar plexus, right? This is a good one when you learn about the body, right? Complex nerves in the pit of the stomach. Apparently so-called the central position in the body. Now remember, solar means living room, right? It means living room in an upper story, right? But solar plexus, right? It's the pit of your stomach, right? It's the central position in the body. Y'all ever get that gut feeling? Oh, yeah, you see how that works? That's why they call it solar plexus. You see? Think about that. That's energy, man. It's energy. And energy comes from the sun, right? Think about that. And plexus is like a braid. It's like a network. It's like a fucking dread. It's to twine, right? braid, fold, right? Plexus. That's why on the head you got something called the hair root plexus. You know? Think about how they've been telling us about everything as I pass a fucking solar eclipse sign that wants you to be staring up. Go Google pictures of people staring at the eclipse. It looks like they're looking at a TV with their mouth open, right? Perfectly for something to come and body them, all right? Left open, vulnerable to see. They want you to be in an open area to view. They want you to absorb the energy. They want you to absorb that shit, man. Again, so anyway, that's solar plexus, right? Um, but I just wanted to, put the plexus in there, show you. You got the pit of your stomach, the center of your body, which is your energy, right? Your energy, whatever you want to call it. The pit of your stomach. That's why you can feel down there. You got that gut feeling. You get that feeling. Well, that's because something's off in your 360 circumference of your being, right? And that's what I've been feeling. Like something's just fucking off, man. Because I plan on being in the motherfucker. And I knew something wasn't right. I just knew it. And now I know. I ain't going to be nowhere near this motherfucking path of totality. You know? Because I'm going to get into the path of the totality, right? So I told y'all what solar means, right? It means of, pertaining to. It means you as a being, your connection to the sun. You're connected to it, okay? The sun puts off angles of light, energy, all kinds of stuff for life, right? It brings in life, right? Now, solar eclipse, right? The word eclipse means, okay, darkness. We already know that. An eclipse, an abandonment, literally a failing, forsaken. All right, for y'all that don't know what forsaken means, right? It's all in the damn Bible. But anyways, forsaken means to forsake, right? Now, forsake means object to, oppose, refuse, deny, give up, renounce, right? Completely. To struggle, dispute, wrangle, accuse, blame, all that, right? Give up and refuse. So when you forsake, right? You're objecting, you're opposing, you're refusing, you're denying, you're giving up, you're renouncing your solar energy, right? That's what eclipse means, right? It means forsaken, right? Solar forsaken, sun forsaken. That's what you're doing. You're abandoning yourself right then and there. Your creation is abandoned from the sun, right? During that eclipse, remember, zero illumination on the moon. So there's no energy coming into this reality at all for nature, anything during that short period of time. Nothing is benefiting from what creates our reality of life. Zero, right? Because again, eclipse means darkness, abandonment, failing, forsaken, forsake a usual place. Sorry, to forsake a usual place. Think about that. The sun's usually out, so this right now is gonna forsake an unusual place. That's what eclipse means, right? And then it means fail to appear, to be eclipsed, to leave. What is leaving, right? Your connection is leaving in this very, very moment, right? And then back in those days, it was used as suffering and to suffer an eclipse, right? And Middle English is an intrusive sense to suffer an eclipse. So if eclipse happened, it was a suffrage. You suffered from the eclipse. People back then, we don't know, but we do know now because you could just do the research. Suffered from the eclipse. They did precautions. They used protection. They used all kind of shit. And afterwards, they had spiritual celebrations to ward off all that. What do they tell us to do? Stand in it and look at it. And they don't. Well, we just embodying this shit. Meanwhile, all this energy that's being brought in, right? Brought in. brought in to be floating around, getting in the weak souls that are cut off from the light and spirituality, those that are asleep, right? And it's ironic they come out with demon face syndrome, right? All this stuff isn't making no sense, but it's starting to make a lot of sense when you break it all down. So that's what a solar eclipse means. It means for that brief moment in time, you are cut off from the source, meaning you are vulnerable to be eclipsed, to be taken over, to be hijacked, invasion of the body snatchers type shit. I'm just telling you, people don't believe in this shit. People believe it's a joke. Motherfuckers telling me that they're gonna be in it. That we need to absorb it. Somebody telling me shit without no. I mean, this is shit we deal with in you know in this reality. You know, I could read some of this shit and I'll ask questions because I want to know. You know, um, I'm gonna tell this person I'm live right now. Tune in case you missed it. And I'm live. I'm telling them I'm live right now. Just tune in because they said on my post that it's not the energy, it's what they will be spraying. The doses are happening now. The final dose will be on the 8th. I'm like, okay. I'm like, question mark, and I'm like, it's the energy. Could they spray it? Yes. Are they? Who knows? That's our conspiracy theory minds, right? What's more deep is what we can't see or know on the spiritual side. And then they said, unfortunately, because the person said, unfortunately, because a lot of my employment I cannot expand. A lot of military be working remote that day. This is not no theory. They will be spraying the final doses on the 8th. Okay. And I said, shaking my head, what this is what I be talking about. Just people just be saying shit and just they can't talk. They just say shit and can't talk about it. When I say some shit, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna try to point you to where I figured it all out, or I ain't gonna say it at all. You know? And then they said to me, what are the spiritual things you're warning us about? What did the ancestors reveal to me? Well, exactly what I'm talking about right now. And I told them simply just tune in, you know? Tune in. Because all anybody got to do is research anything in history, and I could tell my ancestors been hitting me. Like, you better not you didn't learn the first time. You better not get, you didn't learn the first time. And I just was feeling it because I'm like, yeah, I know I'm not going to be in Rochester, New York. But I just was like, yeah, I'm going to go be in the eclipse in some other state, probably Texas, because it's wide open. I want to absorb that shit. And something just wasn't moving me. I had low energy, feeling like something was like, what is bothering me? What the fuck, man? And then it just dawned on me. I started having these dreams and flashbacks and just thoughts. And I'm like, damn, my wife is freaking Asian background. And then I asked her. And they don't care about that shit. They don't, in other cultures. In Chinese culture, it was a dragon serpent eating the sun. And it was a time where a lot of demonic things would, like what we call demons, serpents, they call serpents, jinn, all kind of stuff, would come in. And afterwards, they would have celebrations and things and rituals to ward them the fuck off, right? We're told to just go look at it and just go keep on doing the same shit that we're doing. Think about that shit. Go do the same shit you're doing after you just absorbed all this these deities coming in here. And now these deities jumping in everybody. You wonder why everybody going crazy. And you're gonna wonder how the fuck they are able to have human beings march human beings like they did in World War II to the motherfucking gulags, because they have embodied this dark energy and they know how to manipulate it and use it, just like we've seen in COVID-19. How can we see people act the way they act towards each other, do what they do? During them protests, see police just let people spit on them, smack, do all kind of shit. No, man, it's deeper than that, man. It's deeper than that. Very deep. Stay out that motherfucking path of totality, right? I just told y'all what a solar eclipse was. It's a point in time where there's no connection, meaning you're cut off from the sun and the moon is at zero illumination when it's in front of the sun. Man, that's why there's a fucking corona around there. Remember coronavirus? They know what they're doing, guys. It don't matter what you believe in, it's what they believe in. And I've heard that, the whole they're talking about this spraying stuff in the middle. I heard about all that. Yeah, we should be alarmed. Like I said, our spiritual motherfucking alarm, like the night, like the terror alerts, it should be on bright ass, shining, flashing red right now. You know, be on high alert. After, during, and after. You know, because they're gonna use this to bring in the world war. This is the energy they need. Remember, and we can't talk about energy, frequency, and vibration without understanding this is what they know, but they use it for themselves. They have already used up most of their energy to do 19, Mr. 19. So they need another energy boost. And this is what they're doing, guys. This is what they're doing. How can the eclipse go 100 years ago, go right through where all that is in conflict right now? You could just Google Turkey conflict right now. You can go Google. We already know what's going on in Iran, Iraq. It's going down over there, man. It's going down over there. What's good, Bamboo? It is going down over there. And this is the other thing. Like, I'm not making this stuff up. This is what they say. 2 eclipses, a theory, and a world war. You know? This is what I'm saying. They need this energy to put into you and me and those that are weak spirited. I know it doesn't going to go through us, but it's going to go into the weak spirit, and you're going to wonder how they are able to inflict tyranny. Think about, people always go back to how were they able to do what they did in World War II and have people actually slaughter and be okay with other people. Well, they did it in 2020. They just didn't go to slaughtering. They had people telling you to wear a mask. They didn't do anything to us. We did it all to ourselves. We did it all to ourselves. We did it all to ourselves. That means our neighbors, people in our communities, all the way up into law enforcement to the government. We did it to ourselves. How are they able to do that with a straight face, with no remorse? How are they able to do this, guys? I still got the photos. How are they able to do this? How are they able to do that, man? How are they able to do this, man? Let people's last sights of their loved one was fucking from out of a goddamn window. Come on, man. How did they get away with this? You got to ask yourself, what kind of fucking spirits was here? That is a human spirit that done that to us. That was a human spirit telling you to put on a diaper. That was a human spirit telling you about to lose your job if you don't do this. That was a human spirit, because guess what? That spirit fucking left. And that spirit said, oh, just go back to doing what you're doing, live with it like the flu. What? Don't forget, back in 1914, it was a pandemic as well. 100 years ago. Y'all got to be paying attention to this shit. This new age spirituality shit is one big part of the problem. And this fucking truth community shit is a whole nother big problem. It's keeping us, totally fucking disconnected, man. Totally. How? You got to ask yourself, how are they able to do these things? We always wonder, like, how? Where are the good? What? It's a spirit, guys. It's an energy. These are evil energies that come in here, and energy transforms and moves. There ain't gonna be no shadow fucking ghosts running around this bitch doing shit to you. No, it embodies human beings, man. These motherfuckers came out and talked about some demon face syndrome. It's gonna get so powerful that those with the heart and the light are gonna be able to see them motherfuckers, man. Think about this shit, man. We are going to be able to see them if you don't get hijacked and taken over. I, I mean, all these zombie movies. Hold on, guys. I got cashew stuck in my throat. Think about this stuff, man. It's a spirit, man. You know, it's a spirit. And they bring it in. And it embodies, just like I told you, how they took the spirits, you know, that gender spirit, that man, the male spirit out of men. They took that woman softness and spirit out of woman. Man, that shit don't go in a bottle. They don't suck that shit out on a fucking lunar new moon. They keep that shit here. What does it do? It travels around. Energy moves. It's never destroyed. And it embodies weak. The weak. The ones who they stripped, it embodies them. They switch and they exchange and shit, man. Remember that movie where the man was a man and then he was, it's called Trading Places or some shit. All of a sudden they're a woman. What the fuck you think they was telling you in that movie? Oh, I ain't never seen no conspiracy theorists or no truth to talk about Trading Places. The movie where the man turned into a woman. They telling you in the fucking movie. They're strictly telling you in the goddamn movie. Think about that shit, man. Think about it. So, you know, these are the things that, you know, come to me and I just put them out there. Solar eclipse, the name itself is telling you, your ass about to be a vessel, motherfucker. Get into that totality and put these glasses on so it could be officially come inside your ass. We don't even want you to see the motherfucking the ring in real life. You know? That might have been what saved me. I ain't wearing no goddamn glasses. I was looking dead in that motherfucker when it was totally eclipsed. You know? But again, man, like I told you, look what happened to me. You know? Look what happened to me. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, yo, I'll go back and look. And like I said, man, all the visions come back. Nature does not, is all out of whack when it comes to eclipses. The trees start moving, the wind comes, the temperature drops, the birds fly, bats, if you're in the right area, come the fuck out. Animals just start running, making weird ass noises and shit. I was literally in the middle of no fucking where in Wyoming. There was nothing around. And then all this nature just started. So that lets me know that it's not something that is good by any means. And if you study ancient cultures, they protected themselves. War obsidian. They fucking pregnant women covered their stomach with red. I forgot what kind of material it was, but it was red. The Eskimo culture, they would flip their pots. Chinese and Asian culture would flip their pots. They would have the lids on all their food because they felt that a sickness was coming through. They did a lot of shit, man. They did a lot of stuff. And this isn't no fear shit. This is just to protect yourself. This is to protect your being, man. Protect yourself. Don't fall for this fucking new age spirituality. Oh, this is a moment. No, don't fall for that shit. Remember, shout out to my brother Wise, Wake Up, it's 1984. That a lot of this true thing shit was an induced awakening, an induced one. I never felt right about it for the longest. I've been through the shit for so long. I've been here since fucking 2010, 9, somewhere around there. And it's just always been off. And still to this day in 20, just motherfuckers believing they know some shit that they did back in the 60s and 70s, man. To the T, even their teachers are all connected to the fucking CIA, man. All this shit. All of it, man. All of it. Sorry about that, because it connected to the real spiritual truthers, right? The real spiritual teachers are dead, are in prison. Think about that shit. They got out here what they want you to be indulgent because they know. And they stole Eastern philosophy, bastardized it, brought it over here. And because it comes from a pure state and a pure place, we fell, a lot of us fell for this shit. Not understanding the concepts and understandings of the Eastern philosophy, right? And I'm talking about Hinduism, um, Taoism, Buddhism. They brought over here, flipped it, twisted, bastardized it. No, it ain't the fucking same. It's not the same because they knew it would draw people in. They knew they could use that because it's so powerful. They knew they would be able to use it because they knew that those that it don't come from will embrace it with no foundation and no principles, with no morals. What are you connected to? What kind of energy are you connected to? I be telling this to these love and light people. You know? Let me take the picture off. Sorry, guys. Think about it, man. Think about what they have done, man. You know? And I've been blessed to be put in a situation just to give y'all the message. Y'all can take it or leave it. It don't matter, man. I know what I can feel and I know what I see. And I know, shout out to Fake Mike. He even hit me up, was like, yo, he been having crazy dreams lately and this and that. And a lot of people been having wild ass fucking dreams, man. It's a lot of energy. And this entity and this energy is waiting and lurking and trying to bust into your being, man. Mr. 19, we already know they're trying to bust. They're trying to destroy and get inside your cerebral spinal fluid. That's where your soul is. That's where your soul lays. Okay? You know that golden, right? That golden river, the number 9, it goes through your cerebral, it wraps your cerebral, it goes down to the tip of your spine, the number 9, right? The divine 9, where all the light is in your body that they're trying to dim. This is why people that got that shit would have the shakes, right? All this other stuff, man. They're trying to get in the seat of your soul, man. They're trying to get, what's good, Tamara? Trying to get into the seat of your soul, man. And these entities coming in, they're going to embody the weak, guys. Just like that demon face syndrome, they ain't fucking around with that. They need that. That might be your next disease X. Who the fuck knows? It's the ones who can see the demons now. Now we got to lock those up. Now those people we need to turn them off from seeing us. It could be nothing, but I'm just saying, keep that into the back of your mind. We start seeing demon faces, don't say shit. We'll talk amongst each other. I see these motherfuckers all the time anyway. You start seeing demon faces, don't get scared. They always been here. You could always feel them. Now, motherfucker, you got the energy and the light to see these motherfuckers. Now, because the sun is activating us. Now we can see them. Nature can see fucking shit. You ever seen how a dog and cat, they can see spirits and certain things, get scared? Nature could sense danger. Well, we about to get that back. We're about to get it back, man. I mean, I can't believe that they came out and said some shit like that. And it's a perfect thing. They already had it in the whole story, saying that they misdiagnosed it as schizophrenia. How many people have been thrown in a home, put on drugs because they said they seen demons? They seen somebody that they know look like a demon. They might have been way ahead of the curve. All right. And again, it could just be, hey, just remember, that's just me, a possibility. But we got to think, man. We got to think of this stuff, man. Like, they want us looking right now. And they need this energy from us, man. And unfortunately, they got a lot of people that's going to be in that motherfucker. So they got a whole team. That's why, in my area, if they like 500,000, I'm like, where the fuck y'all getting this number from? It's only 200,000 residents in Rochester. Y'all saying 500,000 going to come here for a couple minutes to view this shit? What in the fuck? If 100,000 come, that's too many. Y'all said 500, even 50,000. That's a lot of goddamn people. But these motherfuckers said 500,000 people are coming to the region. All the hotels are booked. I look up a price right now for a shitbag hotel that's normally $69.99 a night. It's like $699 right now, guys. And it's only like 2 or 3 that even come the fuck up. So they are booked. So these people that have been programmed, right, are coming to receive that false light, right? The Antichrist. They're coming to receive that motherfucker, right? They're coming to see that shit. Receive it. See, we caught up too much into the folklore and all this other shit that been, but they probably doing this shit right in front of us. The rapture. This might be a rapture. This might be a biblical day rapture, but might be twisted on how we think it is. Like this shit about to embody these people because these people are now going to disperse amongst us, and therefore that entity and energy can jump off and onto somebody else. Think about that shit. And people could say it's yeah, exactly. All correctional facilities are all going to be in lockdown. Why they want them locked down? Think about this shit. This shit is wild, man. It really is. So think about it, man. And then after that eclipse happens, those rays may enlighten the light beings further, which they'll be more of a target. This is why whatever the agenda they go into, it's going to be more directed at people who obtained light. They're going to be targeted. Remember, they were throwing little hints. The little demons were throwing little hints during Mr. 19. They was throwing little hints. They were targeting the soldiers they need. That's who they were targeting. They got all them motherfuckers. They looking for us. You know, they're looking for us, man. They're looking for us, guys. So yeah, man. Um, it's wild, man. So again, shout out to all you guys for joining me real quick. Just want to make this live. I may do a continuance of this later because I think it's very important, man. Because we're talking about energy, spirituality. We're talking about a lot of different things, and a lot of people have never really put it in perspective. They just got caught in these belief systems and just run with it, and not knowing that a lot of these belief systems was put out here by the same people that that want uh that wants to take you, that wants you. Like I said, personally to me, this whole spiritual wake up, yeah, a lot of people did wake up, but how many people truly awaken? And you can see the truly awakened versus the, hey, we just know some things ain't right. There's a big difference, man, because you feel it in your soul. You begin to fight for your spirit, for your soul. You begin to bring that outward. You begin to want to change the position that you have been put in, right? If you haven't fixed yourself, it ain't no way you can fix a world. It ain't no way you can fix a bunch of other people, you know, or no way you could try to help a lot of other people. The reason why I like to help other people because I have fixed things in myself. I am always fixing things in myself, you know. And now you can spot out all the selfish, truth and love and light people because they don't want to help nobody. They only want to help themselves. A lot of people sell shit. They preach like they're the end all be all of whatever they're into. They don't want to deal with anybody else. Nah, that's not what it's about, man. It ain't what it's about. It's motherfuckers that worry about their bottom line more than being what they're truly being. And actually, if the words match what they say, they wouldn't give a fuck. That's why I've been censored since day one. There's some of us that have been around here for a very long time that we don't fit in the algorithm. We don't fit inside the their MO, and now you can see what they want pushed. We can clearly see the algorithm. A lot of us have been able to pick out and know and understand what algorithm. We can see it. We know what they want to push. This led my brother Wise to finding all the information he found. I physically experienced it. He found it and logically explained it to y'all. And then he even gave y'all the actors who actually are actors in Hollywood and how they've used that whole Hollywood music. People always talk about Hollywood, how they use other. They ain't never break it down to you like my brother did, man. And shout out to the A risers, all the A risers, and shout out to Fake Mike. He hit me with some shit like that's coming to him, and it's like, yo, the A risers are getting it, man. They getting it. They getting whatever this information is flowing in. A lot of the A risers are getting it. So shout out to my A risers. And you know, so like I said, man, and when you get that wealth of knowledge that my brother gave, you could see it. And it's been there the whole fucking time. And like you see all this stuff, and it's like, yo, this has been their plan for a very, 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 very long time, man. And they use Hollywood music. We know that. But why did they do it? Well, they want to do this. They want to do that. No, man, it's deeper than that, man. You know, it's deeper than that. And it all intertwines, man. It really is. It really is. So yeah, I got to get up off here, man. I got to take care of some things again, man. I mean, it's less than a week away for that. Stay away from the eclipse. I don't even want to watch it on my fucking phone. None of that. We'll see pictures, of course, we always do. But these motherfuckers usher in this energy. Believe me, when they got these 4K screens and TVs, it's coming through there, through the pixels. And this energy is coming. It's coming. And how could we ward it off? And shout out to Just Juice, man. I went in there and we were talking about, because the one girl was like, hey, what are you doing for the eclipse? And I said, I'm going to be long gone the fuck far away from here. I don't blame you. And then we got into a deep conversation. And the one lady came out the back. She was like, I don't know about, I'm going to be home inside meditating. And I'm like, ain't that? She's like, I just feel so wrong about it. Just feels so off in my energy. And I'm like, look at this. I have never even spoke to this lady about none of this stuff. And the universe showed me through somebody else exactly what I was feeling. I don't know. How many times have I went to Just Juice, y'all? And always some shit that correlates with anything. I wish I was live this morning when that happened. I would have went, got my live and brought it in. And, we had some really deep conversations, man. And a lot of them feel off about that eclipse. And I'm like, yo, it's our ancestors speaking to us. It's our spirit letting us know, like, yo, you need to vibe up. Don't, positive. You got, because unfortunately, darkness has to exist, right? You can't have light without dark, dark without light. That's why when the sun is totally covered, there's still light. And that's why it is what it is. There's you could go so far deep in darkness that you'll obtain light, and you can go so light that you'll obtain darkness. Ain't that crazy? Think about it. If you go into pitch darkness, eventually your being, your spirit, your body is going to make you light appear. It's just what happens. Like, you're going to experience light. It's not going to be darkness. Yeah, it'll be darkness, but you will quickly begin to obtain imagery, without your eyes. And that creates actual light. We don't know what that light is, but it'll be a light, right? And you could go so bright that you actually go into darkness, meaning your eyes gets blinded. Like, I mean, this is science 101. That's why I tell you not to stare at the fucking directly at the sun or bright ass lights. Well, when your eyes get too bright, your ass is going to be darkened. So, you know, and in our reality, darkness has to exist with light, but there needs to be checks and balances. Okay. And that's where we're at. Good can exist as long as it suppresses and oppresses the evil. Okay. That just is what it is, man. I don't make up the rules, but it is what it is. So, shout out to all you guys. And I might do another stream later, talk more about this. But again, solar eclipse, telling you your soul is going to be abandoned for a brief moment. And they want you to go look at it. Like, this is crazy. I fell for it the first time. And again, my whole relationship that I had just was destroyed. All right. Because there was darkness there. And, when I look back at it, I do see some kind of entity there that I couldn't explain that would just jump. It would just strike me. And I'm like, yo, and it was in my loved one at the time. It would just strike me I couldn't figure it out. And it's like I told you, this energy can embody anybody: your husband, your wife, your kids, your aunt, your uncle, your mother, your father, your friends. It could embody anything and target you. It just is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is, man. Spirituality is so powerful, more power than we could even understand. We have to understand that, you know, they are using things to combat your spirituality, you know. So that's all I got for now, guys. I'm about to get up off here, and I'm probably gonna do a stream later. And I tried to you know, try to explain this to people as best as I can, man. Oh, let me just do the totality. All right. So the hold on, one more real quick, right? Okay. Now, totality, this is the etymology from 1590s. Um it's or from or based on totality from French, medieval Latin totality in the eclipse sense. Time of total obstruction. Think about that, man. And total, the word, obviously the word has total in it. Total means um entire, total, sum total, all at once, the whole, entire, all together. So if they're telling you to be in the path of totality, they want you all together. They want to eclipse you, man. They want to eclipse you because they know you're abandoned. And the more people in that path, it's power for them. And they've been propagating this shit since for a long time in America. I got newspaper clippings from 1914 that says be in the path of the eclipse viewing here. And it's like, what? Yo, they've been doing this shit for a long time, man. They've been doing this stuff for a long time. So that's what totality means, right? It's a time of total obstruction. Ain't that crazy? Words are powerful, man. You know, hold on. Words are powerful, right? Total obstruction. Now, in an eclipse sense, that means totality means total obstruction. What does obstruction mean? Action of blocking up a way or passage. Like what? Where is it? What is the passage, man? Why are they using these words? Act of impeding passage or movement. Fact of being obstructed. An obstruction, a barrier, building up, build up, block, build up, build against, stop, bar, hinder, in the way of. Think about that, man. It's blocking and obstructing the sun because that's a passage for your soul and your spirit, soul. So it's just blocking the shit. Therefore, entities can enter. Therefore, for that brief moment, evil can enter. Therefore, that brief moment, they can bring in whatever they need to bring in, but it's got to go somewhere. And it's going in you, your loved ones, your neighbor, or whoever the hell is under that. Right? Ain't that crazy that solar eclipse and the path of totality be in the path of totality 100%? So you could obstruct your soul so they can come in that bitch and invade it. I'm telling you guys, we are going to be in for a wild ride. This is just, hey, this is a blueprint, man. Don't, no, no, no. Don't be in the eclipse at all. Don't look at it with no glasses. Don't be near it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about in the path of totality. If you're away from it, hey, you're good because the sun is still hitting you. The rays, the angles of light still bend to you, connect with, you're still connected. I'm talking about the people that are in the path of totality. Okay, because remember, a total eclipse and a partial, two different things. So you could be in another part of the country and you're not going to be in darkness. You see, you still have that light connection. Nature's not even going to notice this shit. It might be a little weird. You might feel a little something, but do not be in the path, because you may be, something may be entered into you. I'm just saying it is what it is. I would love, I still have yet, once I came to this conclusion the past week and a half or so, not one person has came to sit and talk about it or have a debate about it. Like, you show me how, if all this that I've saying and that they're saying versus what you believe that you should be in it, like they want you to do, looking up with your mouth open, like a fucking scary movie, like the movies are like, looking up at the sun. You know what I'm saying? At the eclipse. Hell no. Anything, all ain't a culture in. I have looked up every single fucking culture that I could find on the internet. All right, ancient cultures, and none of them view it as something that is a good spiritual thing, like the love and light fucking clubs, the new age love and lighters thing, that are induced and under a energy of control of a false light from the same people that want to bring in all this negativity. Trust me on that one. Okay. No, you're not in the path. The path is clear. Everybody gonna know when they in the path. I know Rochester, New York's in the path. I already knew from the last eclipse that I was not gonna be in Rochester. Just already, that energy was already in me. But my brain, I believed that it was something positive. You know, I did believe, like a lot of people believe, that it was something spiritual. No, it was spiritual. The bad spirit, the false light, and it all come to me. It makes sense for me to make it stupidly dumbed down so anybody can understand what the fuck I'm saying. You know, you just stay alkaline organic. Just stay inside. Close all the fucking windows. Don't absorb any of that shit for 5 minutes, and it'll start to pass. Just, meditate, put on, raise the vibration. And a lot of spiritual, shout out to Just Juice, man. They made my day when I heard them say that. But yeah, it's just, we all feel it, man. We all feel it. See, 2017, we didn't feel it like this. We all feel it. And we know these motherfuckers are feeding. I could feel them feeding, waiting. Like, these motherfuckers are like at the door about to bust it in. Like, they're pushing at, the demons are just pushing to come in this bitch and just wreak havoc here, man. Like, you could feel that shit. Like, you could feel the evil, like at the door. Like, them motherfuckers like this. They're like this. We could feel them motherfuckers. Like, nah, don't open the door. Don't open the door. Don't let them in. That's what I'm telling people. Like, look, man, don't let these motherfuckers in here, man. Unfortunately, they got a lot of sheep, a lot of people that we call sheep and don't know any better. They're going to be right in there, man. And they're going to come through those people. And those people are going to go back in all society. And when they start doing what they're doing, they're going to be the ones like, wait a minute. Thought you was against all this shit. You're going to see a change in them. I'm telling you, I've been talking about this for years. And now this just is what it is, man. But I got to get off here, man. Much love to you guys. And I will talk to y'all later. I'll probably do another stream, man. Much love.